Hello everyone, and we're going to be going deep dive into Godforge's latest showcase on Hercules and the little kind of trailer the showcase in it as well, because there's quite a lot to break down, and I'm going to give you my thoughts and my humble opinion on a lot of the stuff, and where I think there could be a little bit of tweaks. I'm going to be honest, there could be a little bit of tweaks when it comes to some of the animation, as well as even wording on some of the skills, and I think as soon as I say it, a lot of them are just going to be like, of course, Sneaks. Why do we not think of that, right? Because I think it's actually kind of funny when you think about it, right? So this menu we're looking at right now, by the way, don't worry about it. This is nothing at end product. This is kind of their alpha screen, if you want to call it that. So you got to think, if you're doing any testing on stuff, you can just hit the battle button, go to the test area. They can go to the hero area and the cinematics, so that's kind of why they've got them on those little three buttons. So this isn't nowhere near what the game's going to look like, guys. Just remember that. It's kind of like their alpha tool little screen here. And what we're going to do is press play from this section, because this is where we see the first kind of trailer. You can see here Brunhild, actually a really good animation on this, right? And again, you can tell the difference on animation quality because of how the light's reflecting. So if I kind of move myself out the way, let's make myself a little bit smaller for you guys, and put myself in, you'll notice the lighting on the shoulder pads, on the, the breastplate going onto a chest, the shadowing is perfect. And this is where you can actually, again, feel the depth of the armor. It's not just kind of like slapped on then as those shadows, because as soon as you know the shadows ain't right, your eyes have really massive problems. And I'm telling you, like, your eyes go freaky deaky on you guys, right? So really like this animation on Brunhild. You can even see the scar on her lip, just to showcase the detailing they're going down. This is kind of why I really wanted to break down the trailer too that he puts through here. So big shout out to Hades, Fateless, all of you guys involved, because you've been amazing. But what we want to do is, as you can see there, we saw Brunhild's little bit of animation play. So as you guys know, if you press pause on YouTube, you can go frame by frame. And going frame by frame on here, again, this is really good animation work. You can see how the spear grew in size, kind of with the enlightenment effect of the Valkyries, and then slamming down, and it feels good all in one motion. Look, there's no real blur, there's no weird clipping of animations that you are trying to catch out and get your face on, like, whoa, what's going on here? And then on top of this, the numbers are great here, right? The numbers coming up, you can see already popping on screen, 3 2 1. It gets right into your face that you can see it. Obviously none of this UI at the moment is going to be final design, we don't know. But straight away, like I said in my last video, I'd love those numbers just to be a little bit more refined, or, just something around them just to make it a bit more easier to see on the eyes, right? And it keep coming through, but the animation, you can see how we hit the player. So if we go back, you can see how we hit the player, or hit the, the enemy, and the sparks are flying off. And that again gives you the sense of power. And it's so hard to sell power when it comes to it. And I actually think this animation for Brunhild, when you watch it in full speed, is amazing to watch. And this is what I'm going to honestly compare some of the other animations to, because I actually think this is one of the best, crisp, fast, easy animations in the game. Here we've got one of the Spartans. We don't know who this is. This could be any Spartan warrior. It could even be the god of war, right? It depends on what pantheon we're going down. It could be Leonidas. Could be anyone. So I kind of love the fact that we've got a Spartan in this little trailer. But again, here, look at all the animation work we're going to get to see here, which is so good. You can see this strong immediately and weak. So whoever this person is, so Anubis, even though they haven't really, I don't think, given out any skill info for Anubis, by breaking this down, this guy has some sort of AoE weak, like, scythe move as well as like prioritizing the main target. So you can see that from this animation here again. So him hitting the guy, the weak applying onto the other guy while the main strong damage is applied to the main target. But again, look how beautiful, guys. Just look how beautiful this animation is. The whole motion of the swing. And then obviously it goes into a transition. And we've seen this one already. So this is, again, big praise. Big praise to this, because the animation for this is amazing. So this is Zeus, I'm assuming, again. And with Zeus, the lightning's going kind of unstable, which is kind of what electricity does. But then you can see him like almost channeling it into his body, right? Like the god of thunder would. And then it just bang! Look at it. It just comes out of the sky and drops onto him. And that is exactly what we expect Zeus to do. And again, when you watch that in full animation speed, it's so clean, it's so nice, it's fast, it's easy. And it's with both of the Anubis and the Zeus animations we've got there, right? But now we're on Hercules. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't like the Hercules animation. To me, it feels clunky. That's the best way of putting it. So even in real speed, he throws the club up and then he pounces down to jump up. That whole segment is slow, and when he's in the air, it feels like he has some serious weight, or he's on, ropes or something. Like, if you watch it and you're giving it the same critique like we're doing with the others, the Hercules one here, that little bit there, for me, I don't know what it is, it just doesn't sit right. It really doesn't, especially when we get to see it a little bit later on, which we're going to do, and we're going to break down Hercules a little bit more. But you'll notice that I wish it was a little bit quicker somewhere, and it would be amazing for Hercules. All the other model designs we're seeing in this trailer, big W's. I cannot wait to play with all of these. My girl here, Aphrodite, just saw there. Look at this. Giving them some loving. Boom! Can't wait to see what this hero does either. So it's going to be a really good time, right? So what we're going to do is kind of fast forward this video, because I really don't want to spoil all the information Hades and all the Fateless team have done. So again, big shout out to you guys. Link will be in the description down below. But what I do want to talk about is the actual abilities we've got on the hero Hercules. So Hercules has got a really cool kit, but again, when we're talking about flavor, I think they will understand what I'm going to say here for a big suggestion. I would change that poison text. If that's just a placeholder for now, fair enough. You can slap me across the face and I will shut up. But to me, poison sounds more of a necrotic and evil kind of, ability witches and wizards kind of do. What this type of mechanic sounds like, and it's just the same, is a bleed. I'm surprised this isn't named bleed. So you place one bleed for 2 turns, while a 35% chance to place a bleed level 2 for an additional 2 turns as well, right? So you have 2 different types of bleeds that could be applied from 1 and 2. And I think bleed would make a lot more sense as well, because this is Hercules. He's hitting you with a massive club. That club is hella spiky, so you're definitely bleeding, boys, when you're getting hit by that, compared to poison, right? I think poison would make more sense for like a spider, right? Because there is spider gods out there, right? If you check out Smite, I'm just saying, Smite has a good little repertoire of hero catalogs to go from. But there is a spider out there. There's other gods that do poisonous stuff. So I do think this ability is insane, by the way. Like, I actually think this ability is so good. Doing a nice 150% attack across everyone, plus 10% of your maximum HP, meaning it is very good for a tank to basically scale like a bruiser for your Hercules and do some massive AoE to the front line while he is taking the damage. And that bleed is going to give you that extra damage per turn. So I do like this whole ability. I just wish they worded it differently, right? Just changed poison to bleed. I think a lot of players might agree with what I'm saying here, and maybe even the devs, right? You might agree with me what I'm saying on that part. So now we're going to go to the next actual abilities where he speaks about, right? So we go on really cool effect, I'm going to be honest. But now we're going to go to the next one. So the next ability is a attack an enemy for 300% attack with 20% of his maximum HP added on. And you place a stun for him for 1 turn. This will stun for 2 turns and deal double the damage if the hero is under immortal buff. So it's a really cool little gimmick here because Hercules being so strong, and I'm guessing, as you'll see in a moment, the immortal buff being put onto you is a benefit now. So if you have other heroes that are supports that could apply multiple immortal buffs for sustained turns, it's going to allow this Herc Smash to basically have high uptime on that 2-turn stun instead of the 1-turn stun. So I really do like this skill. I have no problems, no quarrels. Cannot wait to see this thing in action, because I do believe this is going to be the big, you know, jump and smash down, which we've seen in the trailers before, and what we're going to see a little bit later on in this video as a big breakdown. And now his ultimate, and I love the ultimate ability. 12 labors is what he's known for. And you're going to gain 5% attack up to 60% and a barrier of 5% of your maximum HP. Once the maximum attack bonus is reached with this ability, you will gain immortal for 1 turn. So what this is saying is you're getting stronger, and stronger. You're ramping up. And once you hit the pinnacle, you're going to get that immortal trigger, which is going to grant you the 2-second stun on that target, which is really nice. And basically going to hit them for the maximum damage all in one go. So it's a really basic hero, let's be honest, really easy to understand, nothing too crazy right now, which I actually think this game needs, right? You need some basic understanding heroes that aren't too crazy, because when you get those more complicated heroes in the game that might have a little bit more to their kit, you can go, oh, okay, so he's kind of like Hercules, and he's like this guy kind of put together, but he's doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? So I do like this. This is going to be a really cool hero. Can't wait to see Hercules, how good he is compared to other potential bruisers or tanks, depending on what his role is going to be within Godforge, right? So to finish things off, his passive is 0 to hero. When an ally would receive fatal damage, you gain 20% maximum HP up to 60%, and you take the damage for them instead, which is really cool. So if you have, again, a support, a DPS that might have died from a one-shot, for example, he's going to basically go, do you know what? You ain't dying. I'm going to take the damage. And because I'm taking the damage, I'm getting even bigger, guys. And that's really cool because he's gaining that maximum HP, right? It's a 4-turn cooldown. I don't know if this HP is going to stack for multiple turns, because if it does, it means all of his other abilities that we've gone through so far, so even the 12 labors, the barrier is going to be a bigger barrier because you've increased your HP. You've got a 20% maximum HP here again, so you're going to do even more damage if you've already saved one person. And again, the AoE cleave, you're going to do even more damage if you've done your job as the tank and you've saved the hero with 0 to hero as the passive. So overall, I'm going to give it a good, like, 4 out of 5 design. I'm going to be honest, good 4 out of 5. I'm not going to give anything 5 out of 5 unless there is a bunch of heroes we can kind of, you know, compare to. But for a first proper hero we've seen, skills, passives, what he's able to do so far, I like it. I actually like it. I like the bruiser style tank. I like how all of the skills work together. And I'm very, you know, interested to see how other heroes are going to be able to make this tank or bruiser do more work. How are they going to put more immortality onto him? Is he going to be able to put more stuns and create a weird, crazy stun lock team? Who knows? Who knows? Well, that is what my brain thinks as a gamer playing this game, right? And looking at this game. So what we're going to do now is watch the little bit of the abilities. So this is the Hydra Club. We're going to go through all of them, and I know Hades likes my breakdown, so big shout out to you, dude. I love the content, and we're going to just basically explain what we like and dislike about the animations if we do, right? So this is going to be the Hydra Club. This is going to be the basic ability. He's targeting on one target, but you can see through the UI, there's 3 green arrows, meaning all targets are going to be targeted. So nice and easy to understand there straight away, right? So now let's move forward. I don't want to, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it, but boom! I like it. So we're going to just watch that one more time. So he runs up really fast and then bang, nice little swing. I do like the swing again. You can see how, like, if you think about it, it's almost like a baseball bat. So if you look how he's grabbing it like a baseball bat. Just going woof and swinging it straight through everyone. And you can feel when he's technically pulling it back. Again, if we watch this, frame by frame as we do, we just kind of pull that a little bit back. Let me just get this paused perfectly for you guys. There we go. So now what you're going to watch is when we go frame by frame here, you'll see this, club, and you can tell there's weight behind it, right? He's selling, like, look, immediately he's got 2 hands, the shoulders off, and you can see his hands going from a high posture to a lower posture because there's weight behind it. And now you can see him really driving all of the body into the swing. And that's, again, selling the power of the animation. And I love that. And that's what makes good animation design. And I think this is what's actually going to be good to compare this animation compared to the smash ability. Because I feel like the smash ability is not... I don't know what it is. It's just nowhere near as clean as that smash. Like, look how nice and smooth. It's one swing motion. It's boom. It's coming through. I'm slapping you up, right? And even these guys have got cool animations, like, nice little, it's gonna slice, take a kidney out, go for your, go for the kidney. I love that. So now this is the smash ability. So this is where I feel like I have a bit of issues when we're watching it. So you can see it goes up, and it's just, I feel like the jump and down doesn't match the hammer throw. Does that make sense? So if you watch what it appears to me as a person, right? Somehow Hercules is so strong, he throws the actual hammer into the sky, like into the stratosphere, and you don't see it, right? So if you watch, whoop, it's gone. It's gone out of this world, right? And he jumps up, and what it feels like is the weapon has come out of the stratosphere and dropped straight back down. It doesn't feel like he's thrown and grabbed and slammed this down in one smooth animation, especially this hop into that. I think it's that animation there. From there, all this bit, the ending's great. I just have, I think the issue for me is there. That little bit of, he's like floating in space waiting for the club to come down, and that little bit of delay between animation to the animation, I think is what's making my eyes kind of tweak. It might be just me, it could be just me, but if you are trying to get the animations just as clean, it's great. And I do love all the background stuff. I'm gonna be honest, the whole crashing down and all that, like the environmental effects, I love. And I would suggest, from me to the dev team that are watching this, if you want to make this game kind of a little bit more dynamic, I'd love that. I would love the fact that, imagine certain stages, certain events you might be participating in, maybe like this Egyptian area. You could do stuff with a certain ability, and if you hit a damage threshold, imagine the environment changed. So like it created like a blockade, which means you couldn't attack with melee through this channel. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you could make it so these animations like you've done for the test server here and how they react to the environment. So him slamming down and all of the, statues going, nah, bro, this is too much power. you could add more effects like that potentially for an actual game mode maybe, and make it a really fun one where certain heroes can open up, like, you know, he slams down on the ground. Why not open a massive crevice on the bottom, and once you finish the stage, it says, do you want to go down to the crevice because you unlocked it with Hercules, or do you want to continue along the path and enter the crypts, right, and do the pharaoh stuff for the Egyptians? It's up to you. And it's cool how you could maybe add these little Easter eggs or secret zones, right, in the little game modes, depending on what heroes you bring in. So that could be a little pointer there. But that's going to be my video on Hercules, as well as the video of the trailer, what we saw in the beginning. I don't want to spoil the video because it's a really good one. So if you want to check it out, you know what to do. Check down in the description below. I always put all of their videos down there so you can watch them. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been my Hercules breakdown. What I think of the hero. I think he's a really good hero. It could be nice to see some tweaks, but obviously this is not final design, so I'm not in any worry at all. And apart from that, everything else is looking great, and I am very excited to see what happens this weekend on Gamescom, because that is going to be the really, really big test, a really big teaser for everyone, and I can't wait to see what comes. So if you enjoyed the video, smash like, comment, and subscribe. Till the next one, stay safe, stay sneaky, guys. Peace out.